If you want to learn how to start an LLC in Minnesota, you're in the right place. Now, every state has slightly different rules when it comes to forming an LLC. CNBC ranked Minnesota as the 7th best state in the country for business, and registering an LLC or limited liability company in Minnesota is simple and straightforward. The initial registration fees are reasonable, and annual renewals are free if you send the forms in on time. Stick around to learn what the steps are to form your own limited liability company in Minnesota. To get an LLC, you can either do it yourself or hire someone to do it for you. If you're going the DIY route, there are 5 steps total to forming your LLC in Minnesota. Step number 1, name your LLC. Do you already have a name for your business? You'll need to search through the business name database that's kept on file with the Minnesota Secretary of State to make sure it isn't taken. Every state has its own rules about what kinds of names you're allowed to use in order to form your LLC. In general, you'll want to check that it's not easily confused with another name on file. For example, Bear Claw LLC and Bear Claw LLC are not easily distinguishable. And you'll need to either add limited liability company, LLC, or LLC with periods in between each letter to your business's name. There are also certain words that may require additional paperwork, such as insurance, trust, bank, and Inc. Lastly, though this isn't a requirement of getting an LLC, you'll probably want to grab the domain name of your business name so that no one else gets it first. Step number 2, file articles of organization. Minnesota requires you to file articles of organization with the Secretary of State, either online or by mail. It will cost you $135 to file. Make sure to include the name of your proposed LLC, your registered office address, the name and address of your registered office, the name of your registered agent, which we'll talk about in a moment, and names, addresses, and signatures of the other organizers if you're not the only one. Step number 3, choose a registered office. In Minnesota, unlike many other states, naming a registered agent is optional. However, you are still required to have a registered office where you can receive service of process and other important notices and documents for your LLC. A registered agent refers to a person or business who sends and accepts all legal papers, acting as the point of contact for your LLC. These documents can include regulatory and tax notices, subpoenas, correspondence, and legal filings. If you decide to get a registered agent, the agent's address must be at the registered office. Step number 4, creating an operating agreement. Though Minnesota doesn't legally require you to maintain an operating agreement and file it with the Secretary of State, it is still an important step to forming your LLC. An operating agreement records your LLC setup, organizational structure, daily duties, and general rules. It defines the roles and responsibilities of all LLC members, including the percentage of ownership allocated to each member, how profits will be distributed, and how decisions will be made. It's the core document of your business, and it can help you prevent future misunderstandings. There are usually 6 main sections to an operating agreement. Section number 1, organization, describes when and where a company is created, who its members are, and how ownership is structured. Section number 2, management and voting. Just like it sounds, it outlines how the company is managed and how the members vote. Section number 3, capital contributions, which members are financially supporting the LLC and how more funds plan to be raised in the future. Section number 4, distributions, how the company's profits and losses are distributed among the members. Section number 5, membership changes, the process for adding or removing members of the LLC, or if and when members can transfer their ownership shares. And section number 6, dissolution, the circumstances in which the LLC may be dissolved. Your operating agreement is a living document that should be updated each time there's a change in membership or management of your company. Step number 5, apply for an EIN. Your employer identification number is like a social security number specifically for your business. It's a 9-digit number assigned by the IRS to identify taxpayers who are required to file business tax returns. An EIN from the IRS is a requirement for any business that operates as an LLC, has employees, or files tax returns. It's also necessary if you want to open a business bank account, apply for a business loan, and pay your business income taxes. EINs are free, and you can get one from the IRS either online or by mail. And that's how to form an LLC in Minnesota. Note that your Minnesota LLC will likely have to pay several different types of taxes. Consulting a tax professional can help ensure your LLC complies with all relevant tax laws and regulations. A tax professional can also help you obtain all tax advantages you are entitled to so that you don't pay more taxes than you have to. If forming an LLC on your own sounds like too much of a headache, you can always go with option number 2. hiring a service to take care of your Minnesota LLC for you. Though it may cost more money than doing it yourself, there are a lot of benefits to hiring a pro like Tailor Brands. Our LLC service will take care of your formal application, get your EIN for you, create your operating agreement in your terms, and act as your registered agent. Our LLC service will take care of your formal application, get your EIN for you, create your operating agreement in your terms, and act as your registered office and registered agent. So you can rest easy knowing that your paperwork is taken care of, deadlines are met, and your privacy is protected. If you have any more questions about forming a Minnesota LLC, you can check out the link to our blog post in the video description below. Don't forget to visit the Tailor Brands website and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more information on how to successfully build your business from scratch. We can't wait to see what you create.